professionalism is gone. Yeah. This is not fair. Okay. My audio is working. Can you say something? Not. My audio is there. Is your audio there? Are you? Okay, sure. We'll do this. I know that my audio is there. I just am not hearing you or seeing any message of you, but we'll assume that we're going then. So, hello everyone to the most professional of streams around. We are back with Dungeon World finally, led by JeXus. Thank you so much for being here. Joining us is our usual fellow player Hazel, the Halfling Thief, in the form of FubFubFub. We have over there William, aka Hoothor, aka Thelonious Polonius. And we have with us the new member of the party over there, going to be playing Bowen Blackfur. Could you introduce yourself, please? Perfect. I'd say we've already started a little bit later. We've already had weird audio issues. So how about we just get going? I'm giving up as usual. JeXus, can you take it from here? How is the audio gone? It is literally... You're kidding me. The audio is gone again. Okay. This should just literally not be happening. Try again.
Testing. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Dungeon World.
I think it's gonna work now.
Can you hear us?
I've not heard anyone else, including the.
No.
This is gonna get edited. We're gonna look so incredibly professional. Okay, I think they're hearing you right now. We're gonna cut everything up until here and pretend things have been going perfectly.
Look, quickly, flip back to the splash screen and come back.
Actually, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna pretend that we weren't here for a while. Hello everyone, welcome to Dungeon World, which is being recorded for the first time without any technical issues this time at all, and perfectly on time. Joining us as usual is JeXus, our wonderful DM, is FubFubFub playing Hazel the Halfling Thief. We have William, aka Hoothor, aka Thelonious Polonius, the Human Cleric, and we have with us Martin, who is playing Bowen Blackfur. Nailed it! Okay, JeXus, can you maybe take over from here?
Right. I think we need a recap because it's been about a year since we played. Notice the absence of our ever amazing, only rolling higher than 12s cast the Paladin due to some scheduling issues. Unfortunately, she is no longer able to play, or we are not able to play with her. Is probably more correct. Which is a shame, but we'll certainly try and do some one-shots and whatever and include her as much as possible. But that left us with a hole in the party, a hole that needs to be filled because these idiots can't deal with anything, basically, except maybe for Hazel.
I don't know how you could say such things. It's just...
Hey, I try.
Yes, you try very, very well. You're being a good boy, William.
Well, I'm very good at filling holes.
Okay.
Let's just not go there in this session.
Maybe go back to the splash and redo. So recap time. Yes, last time you guys, meaning Cass, Hazel, and William, were in the camp of the Lords of Light, trying to figure out what they were doing with kids. Hazel was sneaking in successfully. Polonius and Cass were speaking with the captain and then sent to the commander, whose name I forgot because I haven't written it down. I think.
I think I wrote it down.
It doesn't matter. He's dead.
Okay.
Corrigan.
Yes.
And the other one was Captain Garrock. So yeah, that guy's dead because you burned down his tent. and there seems to be some.
Well, no. Let me own this mistake. I underestimated the ability of a. He'd get very upset with me for calling it religious. Basically, religious. I underestimated the ability of a religious zealot to see reason.
I think he's a secular extremist.
That's the
Well, you know, potato, zealots.
Potato.
Yeah, I underestimated his ability to see reason. He got offended, and swords were drawn.
And Hazel tried to stab him in the back. Yes.
Yeah.
People tend to get annoyed when tiny people try to stab them in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short, you guys escaped. Meanwhile, 2 hours back into the past, Baldric was stuck in a, let's call it a hotel room, in a room at the inn, together with his good friend Avernicus, something or other, and
And the baby.
And his ward, Stormageddon, the Dark Lord of all. Yes, that's his name. You were there because people are looking for you, Baldric. You're wanted, dead or alive, because you burned down an entire city.
Hold on. Village. It was a village. It was not a city.
All right, okay. It's a village. It's a big village. It's okay. People came a knocking at your door, trying to grab you and sell you basically. Avarius tried to valiantly defend you, and he might be dead. We don't know because you haven't checked on him. The people took you away. They left the baby, so you have no idea where Stormageddon is, which is a good thing. And you managed to not get killed by them, but instead you sort of led them on a wild goose chase around the countryside, and then led them to the camp of the Laws of... Individuals got killed by Captain... is it Garrock? Yeah, I think so. No? Something else?
Wasn't it? I think it was Garrock.
And they took you into the camp where all of a sudden there was a fire, and you managed to escape as well. Now, we ended on you all being back at the inn, which is fine by me, except that you haven't checked in on Avarius and Stormageddon and all that sort of thing. So I think by some weird sort of like chance of fate or whatever, you all arrive at the I think it was called the Dick and Pickle.
The Dick and Pickle, indeed.
Dick and
At the
Pickle.
same time, with the exception, of course, of Martin. So yeah, take it away. I think Baldric, you come running into the village, and I think you just bump straight into Thelonious.
It seems realistic. Thelonious is hard to miss.
Bible thump.
Ha See, I guess it's just literally a case of running, looking backwards, and suddenly, just.
Yeah. I'll see you and I'll go, Baldric, we left you at the inn. What are you doing out here? Where's Stormageddon?
Actually, I don't know. It just so happened that there were there was a misunderstanding. Nothing to need to worry about. But it's safe to say I had to take a little ramble through the countryside. Stormageddon might be inside with Avernicus. Emphasis on might.
And where's Avernicus?
Possibly inside with Stormageddon.
Okay, then I think it'd be best that we reunite.
Yes, let's get indoors, out of sight. That's a good idea. And basically, Baltic sort of reaches to the side, rips off one of those dead or alive posters, and goes, "Yes, let's get inside."
How does Baldric look right now? Does he look like he's a bit beaten up?
Well, he looks completely dirty, for one.
I think like mud smudges, like a little bit of tear in clothing where thorns have sort of ripped things open, just literally as though he's been chased by dogs.
Yeah.
You know that scene in I think it's the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie where Jack is running away from the Indians on the island.
Yeah.
yeah. That pretty much.
That.
As Baldric then goes into the inn, I'll cast a quick cursory glance at all the bedroom windows of all the houses that I see around, seeing if there's any open that he may have flung himself from. Any angry fathers yelling down.
I know Baldric was contemplating going through the window, but I don't think he actually opened it. So no, they're all closed. There might be one sort of like ajar a bit or whatever, but
A pie wafting on it.
No one dove through them.
A pie? Oh, then I do the whole thing of I float through the air. Towards it. No. All right, then I'll turn around and go inside the inn as well.
Right, Hazel, what are you thinking?
Hazel is thinking that he wants to also get inside. I think Hazel was leading Thelonious and Cass out of the camp.
Yeah.
So he'll be with them, and he makes sure that Baldric and Thelonious, who are most conspicuous, get inside first, and then slips inside and closes the door.
Okay.
Are we being followed? Is anybody looking our way or coming towards the inn?
Well, we've got a move for that if you're doing that. So why don't you roll discern realities?
Discern realities. Right. Wisdom. Then let's roll wisdom. A6.
6.
I'll just mark XP then.
XP, yes. Okay.
Oh, that's how you do that.
It's very quiet out on the streets. It's late at night. Maybe sort of like middle of the night. You can't see anything, but it's very quiet. And I think in the distance over the village, you see a reddish glow.
As if something is on fire.
Some smoke.
Not entirely sure what, but
It'll be
in
fine.
the distance.
Smell of burning bones and.
This is one of those, you look around the village, it's just...
Yeah,
one of
not even
those...
that. No, not
Okay.
even that.
Okay.
Baldric, why don't you roll? What will be the equivalent of luck? How lucky do you think you are? What will we roll for?
How lucky? I think Baldric strikes me as a person who survives mostly on luck rather than
I believe-
any skill at all.
It's a flat wisdom roll. This is just completely throwing this book out the window, but I don't care. I just don't.
Okay. I say 7.
A 7. Right.
I am super happy.
There's something wrong with that.
Hey, I heard a bleep, but I didn't see anything there.
It's there. Yeah, 7.
No, it's there.
No, I heard another bleep. Never mind.
Okay. You guys come in, and Richard Pickle comes up to you, and he's all sweaty, and he's got a cut across his face. And he says, "Oh, thank God, Baldric! Thank God you're here. They took the baby."
Who? The guys you led up to my room to kidnap? I look at the others, to clean house?
He sort of looks around, and he's like, "What guys that I sent to your room? What?
Okay, look.
Baby, man, that baby. What are you talking about?"
Wait, what do you mean with the baby? Where is the baby?
They took him away, and he grabs you by the vest, starts shaking you. It's like, it's like, they took the baby away.
Look, where did they take Stormageddon? Come on.
I don't know, because they were threatening me as well, and they thought they said they kill my little girls. And
I grab him and I shake him. Stop wasting time, man!
Yeah, I'll step up and sort of drive myself between the two, pushing them each aside, and I'll look to Mr. Pickle and say, "What did they look like? What colours were they wearing?"
They were completely dressed in black.
Please dressed in black? Assassins! Ninjas! They're after me again.
I don't think that would ring any bells. I don't think we've encountered anybody dressed in all black.
Don't think so, no.
I think Avernicus was in darkish robes. I don't think he was like. Oh, was he? What?
No. Avernicus is bud. No.
Let's take a step back. The followers of Rom the Agitated, or easily irritable, they were
carefully before invoking the name of Rom.
They wear black. Not in all cases, but they do wear black. Especially the militia members were in some sort of like the. I think I described them as the sort of like the Star Wars Nazi uniform type things.
Oh, you mean like the officers sort of wear? Yeah.
And at night that would be black. The zealotous preachers of Cisco wear black robes or dark gray robes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's all sorts of other people that wear black, of course, but
either Rumdians or Siskans.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then in that case, while I'm still sort of standing in the middle of Baldric and Mr. Pickle, I'll bring my arm away from Baldric, and I'm not ignoring him now. And I'm gonna grab Mr. Pickle on like both shoulders, looking at him, and I was like, "Did they wear any symbols?"
He starts sweating profusely, and he's completely out of his depth.
Yeah. Did you see an eye?
But they had eyes. Yes, they had eyes.
No. An eye on their dress, man.
An eye on their dress. Maybe.
Yeah. I'll just say, and I go.
Baldric is gonna storm upstairs. In the middle of all of this, Baldric storms upstairs and goes to the room.
All right. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so when you get upstairs, the door of your room is ajar, obviously, and the room is an even bigger mess than it was before you were fighting in it. And you see Avarius lying on the floor, and he's bleeding from a wound. He's lying on his belly. You can't see his face. But there is blood coming from underneath him.
I'm gonna basically shout down for Thelonious, like, medic, need help, man down.
Okay, I'll peer over Richard Pickle's shoulder towards the stairs, then look directly back at him and give him like, index finger in his face. It's like, don't go anywhere. And I'm gonna, barge past him upstairs.
Right. Yeah. So you see the same thing, Thelonious.
Okay. Obviously medic mode kicks in. I'll sort of go to his side, sort of.
Baldric doing the only thing he knows how, just literally just pushing on the chest, not heart massage, just pushing on the chest and kissing him.
Yeah, the moment Baldric sort of gets in the way, I'll be like, no, step back. This is my work. And I'll sort of, I'll stick my hands like on his neck to feel his pulse.
Yeah, there's a very slight pulse. He's still alive, but barely.
Okay, and then I'll carefully, with a bit of urgency, but not, just flipping him over to try and look at the wound.
Yeah, he's got a great big gash across the abdomen.
Okay.
And there's a lot of blood coming out.
How deep is it?
Yeah, pretty deep, but it's not like intestine reach.
Hanging out. Okay, it's just a wound. Okay. Would it?
Yeah, we're not
perhaps
pretending he's dead.
Yeah. Okay. Would it perhaps be? Yeah, I think I could probably do cure light wounds on him. Wounds, scab, bones cease to ache, things like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's. I think cure light wounds might sort of keep him alive,
Okay.
and prevent him from dying. He won't be up and running.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do that then. Yeah. So, I'll sort of examine the wound. Maybe sigh a little bit, reach into my pocket, pull forth my amulet, and I'll my talisman. And I'll sort of clutch it in one hand while putting my hand over the wound, just sort of, not making contact, just hovering over as a yellow light begins to envelop me. 2d6 plus, and then my wisdom.
Yeah, you can just go to your character sheet and click on the little d20 next to the wisdom bonus.
Oh, okay, cool. Never mind.
Okay.
Which is kind of odd because this game doesn't use d20s. But
No, yeah, but that's for roll 20. What happens when you fail on the spell cast? That hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think what happens is that it starts to sort of maybe a glow emanates from my talisman, and you sort of see my face go into a bit like a serene stance because I'm expecting it to happen because it's always worked in the past, and then when it doesn't, I become more concerned over the fact that my spell didn't work than the fact that I've got a dying man in front of me. Like I look at the talisman and maybe I sort of shake it. Like is there something wrong with this thing?
Okay.
Yeah, and I look panicked, visibly panicked.
Okay. Quick question to Bo and Blackfur. You're not there, but you hear a voice in your head. Is your character known for his healing skills?
I think he can, but he's mostly known as a sort of where people like a druid, where people go for advice. He generally pretends that he can do some clairvoyancy, cutting open animals and arranging everything and.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But he has some skills. I mean, he knows some anatomy.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So, Thelonious, you feel Morn take away your spell. He's revoking the spell completely. You can't use it anymore. I think
fickle.
Morn is very fickle. He's not as stoic right now.
yeah, but he's using his spell to try to heal a follower of Cisco. I mean,
That's the point.
Good point.
That might be
good point.
Could
He's
be.
a follower of Cisco, not a follower of Morn.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in at that point, maybe after a couple of seconds of realizing that I'm feeling sort of this distance. Maybe like personally to me. Maybe no one else can feel this, but when I touch my talisman, there's like a subtle warmth to it, regardless of what, it could be in a freezer for ages, but it's still warm to me.
Yeah.
It goes slightly cold, I think.
I think you could even say that you get the distinct feeling that Morn is not as pleased with your actions thus far.
Exactly. So at that point, I will furrow my brow, put it back in my my pocket, and sort of look around. We're in the room. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Roll
there.
a discern realities for me then, in that case.
Okay.
Or are you looking for something specific?
Oh, I was saying we're in the room, so there must be a bed. There was a bed in this room, I remember.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go over to one of the bed sheets and just sort of tear it off as sort of makeshift bandage. Sort of try and stop the wound from bleeding.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you know how to do that. So I think you managed to stabilize Avernicus. I don't know the naming conventions anymore.
Averius Avernicus. I think Averius was his first name and Avernicus was his last name.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yes. All right. So Averius, you managed to stabilize him. He's out cold, but you bandage him up, and you do realize that he needs proper assistance soon.
Yeah. I think also, in the whole bandaging him up stage, I would have, looked up at Baldric and say, "Go downstairs and get some alcohol, some spirits, something strong and pure."
Okay, I think Baldric would, will be standing like conflicted as in need to look for Stormageddon, but need to help Averius, need to look for Stormageddon, need to help Averius. One of those like double things. And eventually just sort of runs downstairs and basically just very quickly sort of passes Hazel and just sort of quickly, grabs him on the shoulder and goes, "They took Stormageddon. we need to find him. Can you chase him? And then runs on over to like the bar, dives behind it, and sort of finds the alcohol.
I think Richard sort of sees you running down the stairs. He hears this and he sees you dive behind the bar. He's like, "Oh, what are you? There's a baby, and you're not gonna what? Get your hands off my alcohol."
Just basically, sort of he does a whole dive behind it, and you see just bottles go, and he comes up with like 2 extremely strong bits of alcohol, going, "Yes, this will do nicely," and just runs upstairs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I then use the alcohol to sort of, disinfect the whole door.
Yeah. No, we switch to Hazel and Richard. Richard is completely out of his mind now. He doesn't understand what's going on anymore. He's like, I think he just looks you straight in the eyes, going,
Yeah, tell me about it. Those guys in black. Which did you see where they went?
out the door.
Yeah, and then?
Out the door.
Okay. Hazel's going to check outside and see if he can find any tracks.
All right. Roll a discern realities for me.
That's wisdom.
Nice.
7. Okay. Remind
I like the dice in this new program. They're good.
a discern realities on a 7 to 9. You get to ask one question from the list.
Well, what happened here recently is the obvious. I want to know where these guys went, so I'll ask that with that in mind.
Yeah, it's difficult to see exactly. I mean, you're looking for tracks. What happened here recently covers that absolutely. So you managed to find some tracks that you think might belong to the people you are looking for. It's very difficult to find because you're in a fishing village. It's dirty. There's mud everywhere. People walk back and forth. I mean, you've just been there recently. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to track, but you think you can do it.
Okay,
but you could use some help. But
okay,
you think
I'll
you can
go.
do it.
Okay,
Somebody more skilled in natural ways.
I'll go back inside, and no, Thelonious is bandaging Avernicus. Baldric is useless. Who's left?
Richard is still standing there. Did you find them?
But I think I know where they went, but the tracks are hard to make out. So how are you with reading tracks?
Very good.
What? Tracks?
Tracks, like following, the tracks that those guys made.
And leave my daughters.
Well, Baldric and Thelonious are here, so
You
Yeah,
hear the
Baldric-
girlish panicked scream of Baldric upstairs, going, "Oh my god, he's gonna die! He's gonna die!"
Yeah. I think when you mention Baldric, Richard's face sort of is turns into a skull, and he's like, no. You need help tracking? You find someone else. Not me.
you have any suggestions?
Bowen, in your head, you hear a GM call out to you and ask you, where do you live?
I'm not a ranger.
No, but you can turn into stuff that can track.
What do you mean? Aren't you in the corner smoking a pipe, hood over?
You see the bat signal.
Yeah.
I love this though. A
Richard Pickle
person
looks over and
gets.
goes, over there, we call him Strider.
I think if you saw this in a TV show, we'd have the scenes of you guys, and then out of nowhere, we cut to a man somewhere doing stuff. You don't know who this guy is at all, and then you come back to it again.
No, I like the idea of just somebody, I don't know, just farming away or doing some gardening, and then a voice from the sky goes, Can you track people? Damn it, I told you I'm not a ranger! Just continuing gardening. I need you to build an ark. Not now, I'm not a carpenter either.
Sorry, what was your question again?
So where does Bowen Blackford live?
So have you? I mean, I haven't been here for all your sessions, but this is like a town.
Yeah.
Right?
So right
Or
now
this is not Fishguard, right?
This is Fishguard.
It's Fishguard.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's a village along the coast, and to the east is a fairly large forest. And deep in that forest, we found some petrified woods or like dead vegetation, and the entrance to the Crypt of the Giants or the Tomb of the Giants, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And to the north of Fishling is like a mile out is the camp of the Lords of Light.
Oh, yeah.
And if you go further down, sort of like southeast, that's where we have the village of Hampton upon Avon, which was where these guys started out. And then we also established that north of Hampton upon Avon, we have two towns called Cattle and Pot,
Oh yeah.
which have engaged in a friendly rivalry of sorts.
One
Ah.
calling the other black or something along those lines. Yeah. Nobody knows the origin.
Okay. So well, Bowen lives basically not some yards into the forest, but still quite close to Fishling.
All right.
But just outside to be not part of the village, but not also not completely separated.
People still know how to find you.
Well, yeah. Well, and
Just outside the city limits.
and he has a function in the village or in the village city. What is it?
Yeah,
village.
this is a hamlet,
Town?
a hamlet, or like a very small,
Hovel.
disgusting hovel type. They're just like.
It's, creepy people, sort of bulgy eyes, looking a little pale, that kind of village.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, so he occasionally ventures into the place, but mostly people come and visit him when they
All right.
want.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Richard looks at you, Hazel. He says, "You need help. You should ask. You should ask that weird fellow. He lives in the forest. Black. They call him the Black Fur. He can help. He does all sorts of weird stuff. And people go to him all the time for stuff that I don't wanna deal with."
Sounds like my type of person.
Hey, Richard looks at you, looks you deep in the eyes, says, "Yes."
Where can I find this guy?
Oh, if you just go out the door and then follow that road,
And never come back.
go to the forest, and then take it, sort of hang right across, sort of the forest edge. Then there's a big log that's
Ravine where you can fall in.
and there's a small path along that log, and then you just go deeper into the forest, and there's a small house. That's where the Black Fur lives.
Okay. And I will recognize him by his black fur.
You will recognize him by something that I need to look up for you now. Oops. You will recognize him by
Looking at his
yeah.
picture.
by looking at it. He is a bit of a character. You'll recognize him.
I'm just relieved that it's not, he has a star-shaped birthmark on his right buttock or something.
No, Richard's like, he's covered in green stuff.
Covered in green stuff.
He's a commando.
Ghillie suit.
But then how will we see him?
Shh, you're not there.
That's the most existential thing you can say to someone.
And he's like, yeah, no, the Black Fur, he can help you. He can track, he can heal, he can talk, he can help people. That's what he does. He helps people.
Now for $9.99.
Excellent.
Come on down, crazy.
Okay. You stay here and make sure Baldric and Thelonious don't leave.
Okay. Can't you take Baldric with you?
I think we'll all be much safer if he stays here for the moment.
Well, you'll be safer.
Oh, come on, it'll work out. And without
I think you could just hear like a vase breaking upstairs. And just,
Okay.
for that quick moment of Richard Pickle going,
Yeah.
I don't have a vase. Just
Okay, so Hazel sets out to find the black fur. Meanwhile, I think in the room, we just have Thelonious doing his best, keeping Baldric out of the way of things and managing, to take care for Avarius. So unless there's some pressing matters that Baldric and Thelonious have, we should, I think, switch to Hazel doing his thing, finding...
I think we're just doing our best trying to keep Avernius alive. And
Yeah, I think like once I've sort of gotten him to a stable condition, I will sort of maybe get Baldric to help me lift him onto the bed and just make sure that he's
I hold his hand, I start reading him from his book, then put that down and just read him like a Harlequin romance novel. Just
He's got a very interesting book.
Yeah, and then I think once I'm certain that there's nothing more I can do for him, I'll sort of just go into the corner of the room, as far away from them as I can, and just try to commune with Morn.
Yeah, all right. So what does that look like again?
Well, I mean, the actual communion, the act of communion, it's quite it's not very interesting. It's just sitting down, legs sort of crossed and meditating really. The actual
holy symbols, the holy actions.
yeah, but actually, there's no alcohol involved in the act of communion. I know
That's quite ironic.
It is.
All right, no, but sure, yeah, you can commune, and I think you're taking your time as well. If you have enough experience to level up, then you can do so.
I do.
And the same thing applies to Baldric.
Yay!
And meanwhile, Hazel is trudging through the mud in the darkness, running. Are you running?
I'm going as fast as I.
Okay, cool.
as I
We see
could.
a sort of like a moonlit field with trees in the background, and we see a very tiny character running like this, as fast as he can.
Do.
Yeah, you reach the forest edge, and you manage to find this log that Richard was talking about, and it's weird, right? Because it's not like something that fell over, but it seems to be intricately carved as some sort of marker. And there's a little path running along.
I waste no time on the log and just follow the path.
Right. I think about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes walk. You see a small hut, sort of like a wooden cabin, I think. Maybe Blackfoot can describe what his lodgings look like.
You see a small hut, like a sort of cabin. No, yeah. It's fairly. It looks fairly old, overgrown. It's really become a part of the forest by now.
Yeah. So, Bowen, where are you? What are you doing? Are you asleep? It's the middle of the night.
I think I'm asleep. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a tiny hut, and there's probably like a little chimney or something that there's maybe some a bit of smoke billowing from it. There's no light inside apart from maybe like the light of the fire that's sort of dying out. Yeah. What do you do?
You're asking Hazel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asleep.
So Hazel tries to open the door. Is it open or is it locked?
Well,
No, it's not locked.
oh yeah,
Okay.
okay, so yeah, the door swings open.
Yeah, so he just pushes open the door,
No
steps
one would
inside.
ever just enter my house, so why would I lock it? Like I'm respected.
Well,
Not
welcome to the
anymore,
experience. Yeah, so Hazel just sort of pushes open the door, storms inside, and calls out, "We need your help."
Hello.
So as you awake, you find a halfling standing at your bed, looking at you. We need your help.
Yeah, so Bowen, what do you look like?
So, well, let me start by like what you see. So you see my hut from the inside, which is you see a lot of animal, well, parts basically. So I'm not like the typical D&D type druid where animals are sacred and everything, but it's you see like the heads of animals mounted on on walls. You see furs covering the place. It's quite cozy actually. The hut. You also see like a big table with well, a lot of animal carcasses around it. And in on one side of the corner is the bed of Bowen. So Bowen is covered in furs and sleeping. He has although he is lying down, you can see that still there's some leaves in his hair. He has a long blonde hair. What else did I write down? The wise eyes and. Well, yeah, that's it because it's night.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll just shake him awake.
Now, clearly dapper halfling. What you have some? Why did you enter my hut unannounced, and why are you disturbing me at this time of night?
Well, for one, I did announce myself when I was inside. But they took the baby. Two guys took the baby, and we need someone to follow. To help us follow their tracks. And Richard...
Two guys took the baby.
Yes. The baby that we saved from down a well.
Bowen doesn't know anything about this.
No, but that's not important. They took the baby, they took the baby somewhere else, and I think I found their tracks, but I'm not trained to follow tracks. And Richard said that you could help me.
Why? What does this have to do with the black fur? Can't you find anyone else in town, who is more suited to this sort of thing? Why are you disturbing my peace?
Because I need you to help me to follow those tracks because they took the baby, and we need to get the baby back. Look, I can pay you if that's the issue.
So what have you brought as a token of respect?
Well, I have here this this red jewel that is as big as a halfling's head. You can have it if you want. But you'll have to help us.
Sorry, so what does this look like? Are you actually showing me something?
Yeah, of course, I have it with me. It's
you're taking a big gem out of your...
Yeah, it's a red jewel about this big, like a halfling baby's head. So fairly big.
Yeah.
We haven't appraised it yet, so we don't know how much.
Like an uncut gem, or
Oh
It
no,
looks
we-
like
Yes,
it's a very, very ornate jewel that Hazel got out of the statue of a very big giant.
okay.
And it was one of the eyes. And the giant was about 12 feet tall, so you can imagine how big the eyes are.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
So it's yours, but you'll have to help us.
I don't care about these trinkets. How about if you
A trinket?
if you bring me bring me and the gods of nature an offering, then I will gladly look into where these children might be.
It's only one. It's only.
Oh, sorry, yeah, where Stormageddon.
But I don't have any time to. So
So time is of the essence as well.
of course, because they took the baby, and we don't know where they went.
So, but then
We
if
don't
you
know
go,
what they're doing to the baby.
right. So you
So-
want me to come with you?
Yes, and we'll do the offering thing afterwards. Sure.
Okay, and who are we?
Well, there's me. There's Baldric. There's Thronius.
And these people are your friends, family, lovers?
Somewhere in between.
Very well. Okay, give me some moments to get my bearings and my clothes. And
do you sleep in the mood? Being a nature vandal.
yes,
I love the idea, just standing up there and then at halfling height, there's like.
A giant's fine.
Yeah. So while Hazel just waits outside.
No, Hazel is not waiting outside. He's waiting. He's waiting near the door, but he's making sure that you hurry up.
Okay. So if
I'm looking at this picture. Sorry, I'm looking at this picture in Roll20. I just like to think that because you're like covered in all like vines and ivy, there's just a fig leaf. There's like a well-placed fig leaf just right where it should be.
well, yeah, but yeah, Bone collects his things, but I mean, he's not that much in a hurry, so not as probably not as fast as Hazel would like to, but he gets everything. Yeah. Oh, the picture in Roll20 is sort of okay, but he's missing the wolf headdress that he's also
Okay.
that he also puts on his head.
Yeah. So let's talk about druids in this world. Bowen, are you the only druid there is? Are there more like you? Do people have general knowledge of what you can do? Is this something unique or not unique at all?
I think many villages have a type of spiritual spiritual person connected to nature, whether it's a shaman or a druid. It depends a bit on like what kind of weirdo lives nearby who's willing to do these types of things. And these druids, they conduct the rituals when with the changing of the seasons. They provide advice, sometimes unwanted, sometimes wanted. Some of them have actual abilities, some don't.
All right. Okay. So it's fairly rare what the specifics of what you can do.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, I think after some hours, you return back to the inn, Hazel and Bowen.
Hours?
Yeah.
I will hurry up Bowen and just shoo him and push him in front of me to make sure that we hurry up Well, that we hurry up, that we get back.
It was like an hour and a half walk last time when you went from the village to the forest to go to the tomb of the giant. So it's
It was, yes.
something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
then I wasn't running. Well, anyway,
Yeah, all right.
we go as fast as I.
Yeah, all right. So
There's no need for pushing and stuff.
Yeah, I think Polonius and Baldric, you noticed that Avarius is doing better. His breathing is more stable. His pulse feels a bit better than it used to, than before. He is out of the woods, but still unconscious. So you have no idea what went wrong, what happened. Nothing at all. And I
Okay.
think you do hear. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so because it's I'm looking at my commune move.
Mhm.
It says when you spend uninterrupted time, about an hour or so in quiet communion, you basically get all the spells and everything. So could I? And you also gave me opportunity to level up. The new spell that I took was Cure Moderate Wounds,
Yeah.
which is basically just the Cure Light Wounds, but more. Can I attempt to do that on Avarius? Would that help?
Yeah, I mean, this is normally I'd say if you're trying to cast the same spell, I'd say no, but it's a
Yeah.
different spell. So yeah, circumstances have changed. You learn something else. So yes.
Okay, cool. Wisdom. God damn it!
Wow. I think we have officially seen the end of the Baldric rolls.
Morn is not
Baldric, what did you do to me?
Polonius. You feel the energy, sort of the healing energy, fill your fingertips for just a tiny bit. It's like Morn is trolling you. You feel
Yes.
it, you feel it jump out of your fingers, and then he takes it all back, and he takes the entire spell with him, again. But you do take XP.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I think maybe all Baldric sees is if you're doing what you said, you're sort of reading to him and serenading him. You see me basically just get up from where I've been sitting for an hour or so in the corner, walk over to him, put my hand out, nothing happens, and I just turn around and say, "Morn, damn it!" and I toss my talisman to the other side of the room. Quickly sort of think to myself, "Oh God," and run over and grab it.
Baldric's just,
Yeah, cool.
not really reading, but there's...
Hello.
Oh, wait,
Hello,
am
yeah.
I muted? Ah, right. Yeah, so Baldric's basically just sitting there, not reading a book, but sort of, he has the book, but he's telling stories. Basically, trying to learn from his mistakes by inventing a whole new story about what actually happened in that room and faking things out. And sort of when he sees that, he just goes like, dude, cookie?
Yeah, I'm just completely after I've hurried over to pick up my talisman again, I'm just sort of staring at it intently.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
more
think,
cookies for Baldric.
At that time, you hear the inn door open again, and probably hear Hazel shouting or calling out. Maybe, I don't know. Hazel, what do you want to do when you get back to the village?
Yeah. So the indoor opens, and Hazel storms in, dragging Bowen by his sleeve behind him.
You're pretending that I'm unwilling for some reason.
No. You're willing, but you're not fast enough.
Like a little kid that wants to go to carnival, like, come on.
Exactly. Exactly. And I will shout. I've brought him.
Yeah, Richard's here. See, I told you you'd find him. And then he just stands there.
Hello, Mr. Druid.
And I think Richard just sort of he shouts up to you. He says, "Baldric, come down!"
And then Baldric just sort of pats Avernicus's shoulder, like, I'll be right back, buddy. We'll finish this. And sort of, moves on slowly this time. No running, no jumping, sort of goes down the stair, like, slightly sort of exhausted.
Yeah.
And just basically
That's
goes,
why you-
what? Who? What?
Yeah, and now we take a break, and then you meet Bo and Blackfur.
Dun, dun, dun. Right. Perfect. We'll just take a quick break of 5-ish minutes. We'll rally around with the time. Go grab yourself a drink. Go do whatever you need to do. And we will be right back in a couple of minutes. And welcome back. Without further delay, let's get back into the exciting action. JeXus, fire away, buddy.
It's so exciting. I can't wait. You meet a man covered in hides and vine, and a small man that looks like Hazel.
Oh my god, I'm so... Oh, okay.
Exciting action, people.
I was being hyped.
Basically, Baltic just says and goes, okay, Hazel, don't look now, but you're being chased by a hobo.
The hobo whose sleeve I am pulling.
It's... Baldric does not care for these things. Baldric speaks of himself in the third person. Third person. No, he just goes, okay, so you found him. You found Stormageddon? Where is he?
No, it's this is Bowen Blackfur. He will help us track the man who took Stormageddon.
You have pledged to help Stormageddon. Excellent. What was your name again?
My name is Bowen Blackfur. Blowen
I
Blackfur.
shall, from now on, always refer to him as Bo, which is amazing. Bowen Blackfur. Okay, good.
What does Baldric look like?
Baldric is basically sort of thin. Used to have joyous eyes, now has, I believe, haunted eyes. Normally always in the finest of finery, just, you know, the puffy shoulder things, like ruffles and that kind of thing. Currently slightly bloodied and torn, splattered in mud, kind of like a foppish dandy who fell down some stairs right into a mudslide.
So basically a hobo who found some discarded nice clothes.
I think, let's see here. I think we have, this is a picture which Hoothor just kindly sent to us, which is pretty much exactly that.
Yeah.
But pretty much, a foppish dandy, currently panicked and slightly insane looking.
Right. So and you're calling Bo and the what did you just call him?
Hoboen.
Hobo. Yeah, Hoboen. Yeah. So it appears there is some hurry in finding this child. Why? Who is this child? Whose child is it? Is it yours? No, it's clearly not yours, Mr.
It's ours.
Excuse me. Yes, it's ours. And Baldric goes to stand next to Hazel and put like an arm around him, like it's our child.
Yes. You city dwellers have strange ways. So
look, Hazel and I have been partners for a long time and have had each other's backs all the time.
So, and you want me? How do you want me to find this child? I mean, I don't mind helping, but was it taken into the forest, or? I guess that's why I'm here.
Well, they took the baby outside. I think I found their tracks, but we need you to help us follow them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, okay. Let's go.
Look, sir, I'm sure you know your thing, but you don't seem to know the magnitude of what's happening here. It's Stormageddon who's gone. This is no time for being calm. This is a time for panicking. Quick, let's go! And Baldric just runs out of... Does it have saloon doors, or...?
No, that was the slap and tickle.
Yeah.
Good. In that case, Baldric just runs straight into the door, like... and just opens the door and dusts himself off, and then runs out again.
Bowen looks at the Hazel and says, "You have some strange friends."
Yes.
You also mentioned a third person?
Wait, what?
Hazel met
I'm still in the room.
Yeah.
Mr. Pickle never called me down.
No, Mr. Pickle doesn't care about getting you out of the house.
Yeah.
Or did you also lose your third companion?
No. I hope not. I'll.
If you're not careful, you're gonna lose me too.
Yeah, no. I'll. Hazel will drag Bowen outside, and show him the tracks that he thinks are from the two guys who took Armageddon, and then says, "Okay, start tracking. I'll go get Thelonious, and we'll catch up to you." When legs it inside, upstairs, and bursts into the room.
Go boy,
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
And how are you gonna track? How are you gonna track me then? If you can't track these tracks yourself, you won't be
found
able
you
to
before.
find me.
I'll use smell.
wow.
I think as soon as Bowen is outside, Baldric just assumes he can do whatever Hazel always did. So he grabs like a little piece of like used diaper and just shoves it under his nose and go, "Here's the scent! Go, come on, find him!"
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Hello, I had dreams of this being a serious campaign with actual role play and,
Look, the abuse.
important themes and discussions about society.
Haven't you
What game are
seen?
you playing, William?
Haven't you seen Bob Ross? You need the light to bring out the dark. Alas, like the inverted Bob Ross.
Yeah, I'm sore, Bob.
Billy Bob.
Bowen gives Baldric an angry look and pushes away the diaper. I think I'll have a look at these if I can actually. So are these tracks? Are there actually tracks?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hazel pointed out some tracks to you. Yes, they look like tracks.
Yeah. Okay.
Track.
Sorry.
They're very difficult to track in your current state.
Yeah. No, of course. So let's bring up the list of forest animals. I actually prepared.
Ah, finally someone who prepares.
Wait, we were supposed to prepare things?
Yeah, I've played druids before, and it's always like, oh, what can I transform in, and I can never think of useful things.
So, you are born of the Great Forest. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right.
So I have a whole list of forest animals, which is amazing because it even includes a rhinoceros. But apparently they live in temperate. They are a temperate forest animal. Not that I, but yeah.
Depends on the type of rhinoceros, but yes.
The common forest rhino.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to change into a bear because they have a great sense of smell, I think.
Okay, so let me read this out to everyone because this is the first time that we've actually encountered a druid.
A brown bear.
A brown bear. Okay. When you call upon these spirits to change your shape, roll plus wisdom. So go ahead.
Oh yeah. So how do I roll? Is there? Can I click the
Yeah.
The die for wisdom. Yeah.
Ah.
Whoops. All right. So on a 10 plus, hold 3. On a 7 to 9, hold 2. On a miss, hold 1. In addition to whatever the GM says. Well, I say you take XP. And then we. Page.
Yeah.
You may take on the physical form of any species whose essence you have studied or who live in your land. You and your possessions meld into a perfect copy of the species form. You have an innate ability, have any innate abilities and weaknesses of the form: claws, wings, gills, breathing water instead of air, etc. You still use your normal stats, but some moves may be harder to trigger. A house cat will find it hard to do battle with an ogre. The GM will also tell you one or more moves associated with your new form. Spend 1 hold to make that move. Once you're out of hold, you return to your natural form. At any time, you may spend all your hold and revert to your natural form. So I think, yeah, you change it to a black bear, except only your face turns into the face of a black bear. So I think, Baldric, you see this happening, and you see, for some reason, you see Bowen's face turn into that of a giant, well, of a black bear, just with the black fur and the giant snout and great big teeth and the ears, but the rest of the body is still Bowen. Also, the fur of the bear is covered in green leaves.
He screams loudly and girlishly and just goes, "Bear!" and just runs back in to the inn and just basically starts shouting, "There's a demon outside! There's a demon outside!" and just runs up straight to the room where at least he knows that Thelonious is hiding out, just screaming, "Demon! Demon!" and just doesn't even pause, just runs into the room, just slides under the bed, and just goes, "He's a demon!"
Yeah, so I've added a bond. Baldric smells more like prey than a hunter.
Yes, sounds about right.
I think my new bond should be, Bowen is an unholy beast that will devour us all.
Yes. Right. So, like Fanon says, you've transformed just enough to do the smelling, so just the bare necessity.
Yeah.
Blue words.
The bare necessities, so simple bare necessities.
Yeah, as a bear, you have certain moves, and I think the one of the moves is tracking. Great smell is certainly one of them, and the other one would be chewing on stuff viciously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so,
Like on the dive.
You on Baldric or go track some.
Yeah. Does he also possess the ability to detect when people have been eating his porridge?
Yes. It's canon.
Mm-hmm.
You rolled a 6-, right? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I have 5, yeah.
Yeah, good.
So I think I'll let out, while Baldric runs inside, I can see the humor of the situation, so I'll roar at him while he's fleeing, and then I'll try to pick up the scent and of the kidnappers.
Yeah.
I don't need to roll again for that, do I?
No, you just spend 1 hold to make that move, and once you're out of hold, you return to your natural form. So I think what happens here is you sort of have now the sort of innate ability to follow these tracks, right? You take a big whiff of something and you can see it in your mind's eye that they went that way. You spend the hold, that's happened. You now instantly return back to normal form, but I'd rule that you'd still be able to track them with this knowledge. I mean, you've done the thing, you know what's happened, you've been the bear, you've had the skills. Yes, no problem, you can track them now.
Got the t-shirt.
Got the t-shirt, it was, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I sort of have their pattern,
They're bearing.
the way of moving.
Boo, William, boo.
Oh shit! No, that was accidental.
All right. So, Polonius, Hazel and Polonius, I guess. I think Hazel, you see this? That was Baldric going past, shouting, "Demon!" And there's a giant roar coming from outside. I think Polonius hisses as well. What's up, guys? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think at that point, I would where is Hazel in
Downstairs.
Not to me. He's down. Okay, he was on his way upstairs.
Yes.
Okay. And I just see Baldric just dash in and dart under the bed where Avernicus is currently lying. Yeah, I will. Yeah, he's just screaming demon. I think at this point, Baldric, this is just Baldric, and I'll sort of peer under the bed and I'll go, Baldric, what is it now?
Look, I saw a nasty demon man. It's and his face was like a bear, and he's right outside. It's
Baldric, and I sort of reach a hand, underneath to sort of, come on out. It's okay. There's no bear demon.
You promise? Because there was a giant bear demon outside. Hazel brought him here.
No, I promise. Look, I'll even check in your wardrobe.
Baldric sort of scoots out just that little bit, just.
Yeah. All right. At that point, I'll go. Now, what was this about Hazel bringing someone?
So, the guy that Hazel just brought, he has the face of a bear. I mean, we were outside and suddenly he had a face of a bear. Did you hear him growl out there? That thing is a demon. It was right near my face. He was about to chomp down on me, I swear.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I heard, but I'm sure it can't be as bad as all that. Bears don't usually come into towns.
No. It wasn't a bear. It was a dude with a demon bear head. Like dude bear. Soft and flabby, teeth and death.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go see what this is.
Okay, Baldric draws both his bow and his sword. No idea how he'd use both of them at the same time, but a weapon in each hand feels comfortable. And just walks behind Thelonious, like just...
Yeah. I'll cast one more cursory glance towards Avernicus, just making sure that he's just, alright. And then
he's comfortable.
Yeah, okay. And then I will go outside, and before I leave, I will say, Excelsior!
The entire inn lights up in a...
I'm super ethereal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
Yeah. Do whatever you want to do.
I assume... March
meeting up
outward.
with Hayden.
So by the time you get outside, you see Bowen standing there, in like, well, I wouldn't say a normal human being, but a sort of normal human being.
Okay.
So clearly Baldric
Wearing,
has imagined something.
Yeah, but you're wearing like a wolf, headdress. Yep.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean,
I swear to God, he had the head of a bear. He had the head of a bear.
Yeah, I'll look at Baldric and I'll say, that's a wolf on his head, Baldric, not a bear.
Baldric just grabs two of his arrows, makes like a cross, and goes like, no. That thing was a bear.
Yeah. I'll sort of pat him on the shoulder and go, it's like, when I asked you to get the alcohol, did you... Never mind. And I'll sort of, push him backwards a little bit, removing him from the situation. And I'll step forward towards Bowen and go, greetings, friend. I understand that our dear Hazel has requisitioned your help.
That's correct. Who might you be? Are you also one of these? Are you just as interesting as your companions?
I am Thelonious Polonius. I am a priest of Morn, and it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I'll sort of put my hand out to shake it.
Morn, one of the young ones. Yeah, and I do shake your hand.
Yeah, I think at that point I cock an eyebrow. I was like, oh, and I'll go, yes, indeed. And you are wearing peculiar clothing friend? Who might you be?
My name is Bone Blackfur. You're not from around here, are you?
No, I originally hail from a place far off, but I came for the longest time. I have been from Hampton upon Avon to the south.
Ah, right. Yeah, I mostly stick to the forest and occasionally visit Fishling to, well, when it is expected of me to perform some rituals for the people there. You know, it keeps them in check, and
Like trekking.
At that point, I'll say I had a similar situation, and I'll maybe scratch the back of my leg with my foot. Somewhat. It's like, yeah, it was kind of similar.
Right. So you're also looking. So are you also somehow involved in this baby's life? Are you the father, or?
Oh no, none of us are the father. We came across the young one when we were. It's a long story. Suffice it to say, we are its guardians, its protectors, and unfortunately, I was about to say we've done a poor job. So currently.
Yeah. Wait, I'm still there, right, in the background?
Oh yeah.
So
what does that?
No. It's been going fine up until the kidnapping.
What does the Polonius look like?
Polonius looks like. Think of any sort of incarnation of Friar Tuck you've ever seen from the Robin Hood stories. Sort of wearing sort of normal priestly robes, but he's very fat. That's basically what Polonius is.
Okay. Yeah. Also bald, or?
Oh yeah, he's got the whole sort of. He's bald on top with the ring of hair that sort of goes.
Tonsure.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. The whole monk look. Yeah.
I think while we're having this conversation, Bowen doesn't just keep standing and just talk to just Polonius, but I think he walks up to Baldric and starts sniffing him a bit to try just a bit intimidating. Well, not really intimidating, but playing with him a bit.
Literally with arrows just going, just back, demon, back. I've got your number.
Yeah. I'm, sort of standing there looking at them both, and I'll say, Bowen, do you know what he's talking about?
I have no idea. I mean, I transformed it into a bear to sniff out the tracks here, but
you transformed into a bear?
He admits it. The demon admits it.
I assure you, Mr. Bard, there is nothing demonic about animal spirits.
I'll sort of nod and go, well, I will admit I have seen some peculiar things in my time, but nothing so strange as a man becoming an animal. I must admit I'm intrigued.
I'm sure your mourn also grants you some certain blessings. You could compare it what I do to that, although my powers aren't granted by any gods, but I commune with the spirits of nature, with the spirits with the land, and I draw my power from that.
When you mention that, it's like, oh, you more must give you some powers, I'll sort of be like, it's like, yeah.
Baldric just like taps you on the shoulder and goes like, it happens to all of us somewhere. It's okay. You'll get over it, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll then come out of my reverie and say, have you been successful? Have you managed to pick something up?
Oh yeah, they went that way.
Oh. And I sort of look surprised, look off in the direction that he pointed.
Why are we waiting? Baldric just starts off.
Yeah, and then I'll sort of look over at Bowen and goes, he does that.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. All right.
Poor
So-
impulse control.
I think maybe that you've gathered your party before venturing forth.
Yep.
You are
I will.
taking-
Well,
go ahead.
before we leave, because Baldric's gone, I will say, I'll just sort of say to the guys, I'll give me just a second, and I'll go inside the inn, and I'll find Mr. Pickle.
Yes,
and I'll
he's
say-
hiding behind the bar.
Yeah, I'll peer over the top and I'll go.
Did you get the demon?
No, false alarm. There was no demon. It was a misunderstanding. And I'll sort of, and I'll look at him and go, Baldric.
Ah, you keep that man away from my inn from now on.
I shall
I'm,
do.
I'm thankful, Polonius, for what you did. Keep Baldric out of my inn.
I will do
I
my-
won't deny I won't deny him access if he asks, but you make sure that you keep him out.
I am integral to rescuing his little girls,
Yeah.
and this is what happens.
Yeah, when he says, I'll get him in if he asks, I'll sort of say under my breath, I don't think you'd have a choice in the matter. But no, I shall do my very best to keep him under control for now. There's a friend of ours up in the room that we rented. Should be stable.
Mhm.
I've done what I can. There's not really much more that can be done other than just time. Do you want us to pay for keeping him here? Because I'm basically require you to look after him while we're gone.
Hey, no, of course not. No, I'll take care of him. My name ain't Richard Pickle for nothing. I'll take
care of him.
I said take care of him, not take care of him.
Yeah. Let me think. There's no way. No, there isn't really. I'll say to him if he happens to come around, tell him that what's happened and what we have gone to do. I won't ask you to keep him here if he is adamant to try and find us, but I trust that you'll keep good eye on him.
Yes.
And I'll say thank you, friend, and I will.
Good
Yeah,
luck, Lord.
I'll nod and I'll leave.
You guys are trekking across hostile territory, right? It wasn't hostile before. It's hostile now because of the stuff you did to the Commander of the Lords of Light. There's people actively looking for Baldric, etc., etc. You're trekking across the country at night. So we are undertaking a perilous journey.
Yay.
When you travel through hostile territory, choose one member of the party to act as trailblazer, one to scout ahead, and one to be quartermaster.
I imagine that the trailblazer in this instance would most likely be Bowen, considering that
Yeah.
we're basically following where he's leading.
Or Baldric, because he's so enthusiastic.
I don't think, considering what has happened in the past, I don't think we should give Baldric any position in
It
this.
was once. It was once.
No, I mean I'm fine, but
Yeah,
So-
I think Hazel has sort of taken on the role of group treasurer almost in the past, so... And he's been making sure that we've had food and rations. He's been mothering us quite well.
Sounds
what's
reasonable.
do is that taking what? Yeah, what do the different roles? What does it?
Yeah. So I'm just pasting it in chat so people can sort of have an idea. The quartermaster reduces the number of rations required for travel by 1 on a 10+. The trailblazer on a 10+ reduces the amount of time it takes to reach your destination, and the scout will spot any trouble quick enough to let you get the drop on it. On the 7 to 9, each role performs the job as expected. The normal amounts of rations are consumed, the standard amount of time will be taken, and if there's trouble, no one gets a drop on you, but you don't get to drop in it either.
Right. Okay.
And this sort of covers the whole journey from start to finish. So it's just one roll, you figure out what happens, and you're there.
Okay.
So and everyone rolls plus wisdom. So there's no real point in sort of depends if someone's wisdom is very high, then you might sort of decide that one thing is more important than the other two things. But that's up to you.
My wisdom bonus is 2.
I'm not that good at wisdom. Probably somebody else would be good.
My wisdom bonus is 0.
Ah. All right, so what about yours, Bowen?
It's 2.
Okay, so maybe I be Quartermaster, you be Trailblazer?
Oh yeah. Well, it made sense, right? It's either I scout or I
Blaze trail.
blaze trail.
Then no, wait, wouldn't it make more sense for Bowen to scout ahead, Baldric to be Trailblazer, and you to be a Quartermaster?
Oh,
but
sorry,
I-
there's all 3.
No, because I know how to track them.
No, Hazel will be the scout
Oh, there's 3. Okay.
because no one can get the drop on me.
That's a good point. That is your legendary skill.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okie dokie. So we rolling wisdom, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I imagine I will do Quartermaster. Gosh damn it.
Okay, I'll do.
Mark 3 XP so far.
There you go.
All right.
I'm taking
Nice.
the Baldric approach to get to Dungeon World.
2
Nice.
levels, buddy.
Well, the journey is actually very fast. Bowen is excellent in finding the trail, tracking it, and making sure that everyone keeps up.
And I know the
Hazel,
four.
yeah, Hazel and Bowen seem to have this sort of innate connection. They know exactly what the other one's thinking at the right times. They sort of go back and forth with advice and stuff. And I don't think I'm
It's our demonic connection.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark the failure here. That failure is not enough to cause any interference whatsoever. So this successful scout check is just you evading any trouble, I think. Food-wise, however, I think maybe Polonius and Baldric. Maybe Polonius just lets Baldric too close to the food, or
It's like I'm a rat on a ship.
Yeah. Baldric maybe he's like, oh, but I want, please, sir, can I have some more?
Yeah,
And
so,
I'm like,
I mean,
"Oh,
I'm
no."
sort of figuring out how long this journey would be. Basically, you're tracking a couple of people who kidnapped a baby, right? And they probably had about half a day to a day's head start. So that'd be 1 ration. You failed. So I think Polonius just miscalculates how much food is needed for this journey, and he just wastes a lot of it when preparing it. So there's probably maybe you have these water skins, for instance, and you just slosh the water all around trying to pass it to people, and there's a lot of spillage. And same with the biscuits or whatever. There's a lot of crumbs, and basically you're doing everything in excess. So everyone mark off 2 rations for this journey instead of 1.
I don't even have rations. Didn't
Yeah,
Hazel have
I
these
think
centrally?
Hazel sort of stockpiled all the rations, like he was having them all.
Yeah, I have 5 rations.
So you don't.
Oh, God.
You don't need to mark off 1 for me because let's see. Is this? Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Because I'm a druid, and one of my things is that I'm sustained by nature. I don't need to eat or drink.
So you photosynthesize.
Nice. So we need to mark off 6 rations, and we only have 5. Nice.
That's a problem. I think Polonius, you take a condition.
How did we not think of this?
I don't know.
Because this is the part you always ignore in role playing, right?
Yeah. That's always the part that screws you.
I think you the stuff that happened with Morn And just now, the fact that you sort of miscalculated the rations and everything's going so fast, it has made you confused. You take a -1 to your wisdom checks.
Yeah, because I don't need any help in that regard.
Here's the problem.
That was a benevolent
This
idea.
was the road to. How are we getting back?
We'll take whatever they had.
There's something like hunting and stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Fine.
We're doomed.
Doomed.
I think we are nearing early morning now. The sun has just sort of come up. It's dawn. There's a light sort of mist over the fields. You've cleared the forest. You're now in the open fields between Fishling and Hampton upon Avon. And I think there's a sort of like a hillside, countryside sort of thing. And I think you, as a scout, you went ahead a bit to see maybe you could find someone. And as you're near the top of a hill, in the distance, you see 3 figures dressed in black, walking in sort of like a line formation, like sand people from Star Wars, to hide their numbers. And
I see panthers all right, but I don't see any. Oh, there they are.
One of the 3 seems to be carrying something. But you're not an elf, so your elven eyes can't see this far. You can't see the details. But you probably found your quarry.
I'll double back real quick and tell the rest. Three guys dressed in black. One of them carrying something, which could be a baby. I think we found him. Now
There
what?
you go.
Okay. I'll say, what did they appear to be doing?
They were traveling, so
They were in motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were heading towards Hampton upon Avon, Hazel. That's that general direction.
Okay.
general direction.
Ah.
I'll look to Bowen and I'll say, Mr. Blackfur, you have something of a hunter about you. Would you have any advice for perhaps ambushing this prey? Or would you think that straight up confrontation would be the most effective?
I think you mistake me for a ranger. Do I look like a hunter to you?
If you can take on the form of a bear or a wolf, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
They are effective hunters, are they not?
Well, I can do that, of course. Yeah. But, I mean, it doesn't make you guys any more hunter-like. I mean, most of these animals you're talking about hunt in groups or packs, well, maybe not bears. But, yeah, I mean, I'm no more hunter than you are. Perhaps I'm no more hunter than this Baldric fellow here.
I happen to be an astute and practiced and well-trained hunter.
I can tell you how the wolf hunts or how the eagle scouts its prey, but I'm not sure how these humans go about their business.
Mostly a knife in the back.
I think your halfling friend is wise.
Could I? You said you were sort of like in sort of open fields, basically.
Yeah, so it's a hillside.
Yeah. So there's nothing. There's no unique land features or anything. There's no like. It's just basically flat land, slightly hilly here and there, but
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
like.
Oh, no, there's no trees. There may be like some fences or stuff like that, sort of farmers, whatever. But there's no. Yeah, there's no like Stonehenge or rock formations or
Yeah,
I
there's,
don't
there's
a
not.
strange lighthouse. I don't know.
It's perhaps a large house with ravens flying in circles above it.
Would you like
Large
that to be
neon sign.
No, not again. No.
do that if you want to find a house with ravens?
Okay. Well, then I say, Hazel, you can do what I think you do best. You can stay in the shadows, from behind, from the side, getting good advantage. I guess myself and Baldric will advance in the 4. And I'll sort of turn to Bowen and I'll say, okay, what was Baldric going to?
Hold on. Advance in the 4, as in the front, as in we're right up there.
And what shadows are you talking about?
Listen, rogues and thieves have this innate ability to carry shadows with them. I don't know if you've seen their character sheets.
Like a black.
Sorry, what?
By the way, good question. Good question, Hazel. What happened to your sash? Are you still wearing that?
Didn't I put it in my bag?
I think you did.
I don't
I think
know.
it did.
All right.
Yeah, I
okay.
think I did. I think I did.
All right. Then you.
I can't have that bird talking while I'm sneaking.
Right.
Okay.
Don't stick around. That's very rude.
Okay, and then I'll turn to Bowen and I'll say, well, I believe the task which we have required you to perform has been done.
Well, yeah.
Would
Okay, bye.
would you perhaps consider staying to assist us?
So maybe you can. Well, so maybe you can. This is then the moment to inform Bowen briefly of like the importance of Stormageddon. You can
mean-
like briefly just you don't have to do it like in character.
Yeah. I mean, there is no real importance other than the fact that he was a defenseless child, which we then saved, and we now sort of collectively feel a responsibility towards him. And I suppose I could tell you about the fact that there are a group of people called the Lords of Light abroad in the land who seem to have an interest in not capturing. They go around basically to villages and towns offering to buy young children, and then they take them away somewhere. We don't know where. I believe Hazel actually has a big book, which we haven't actually looked into yet, since this is sort of taken preference. But yeah, we basically just feel a sense of collective responsibility towards this young child, and that's why we're here. There's no old. I mean,
Would anybody think of the children?
yeah,
Exactly.
Baldric might have something different to say.
Not at all. There's a bunch of creepy old dudes out there who are buying up children. Is that okay with you? Because that's not okay with me. And out there is our little boy or girl. Not quite sure whether we established either. But in any case, one of ours is out there. We're gonna get it.
I think, especially since it's a child, Bowen is willing to help out a bit longer. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll ask Bones, like, what is your preferred style of engagement? Do you prefer to be in the fore, the shadows?
It really depends, but I can. Depends on my prey, I should say. But I can take on many forms.
How about when you're hunting sheep?
Well, that would probably. I would probably be. Why would I hunt sheep? They are not natural animals anymore. They are domesticated. They are not They are not to be hunted. Why would you hunt them?
Now, I'll sort of, look at Baldric and I'll go, no, I think he's onto something. Perhaps you can be our courier, essentially. We distract them. You grab the child, and perhaps taking the form of a wolf, speed him away so that he is safe and we can deal with the assailants without worrying for his safety.
Exactly. See, he's tuned into my thought process. That's exactly what I was going to say.
That is indeed an option. I could also distract them while you do that. Well, I'm probably faster than your legs will carry you. So.
Which would you prefer?
So basically, Thelonious and Baldric advance openly to these three people. Hazel will try to sneak up to them to get the drop on them. Yeah. And while they are so distracted, Owen will run in the form of a wolf or whatever and snatch Stormageddon from them and put some safe distance between him and the three people. And then we can simply disengage and try to fall back because we're not particularly interested in these three people.
I mean, like you say, Bowen, that you can take on things like, the form of a rhinoceros. I mean, could you take on the form of like a large eagle? Because imagine a large eagle would be more than able to carry a
hobbit-sized ring-bearing.
But because they go around snatching up rabbits and things like that, and I don't imagine a baby is, too much larger.
He's a year old.
It's still quite small though.
Weighs 9 kilos.
I can change into an eagle, but an eagle would not be strong enough to carry a child.
I mean, you don't need to carry it far. just away.
Come on, bro. Do you even lift?
Okay. Well,
I will change into an animal and take.
I will trust in your judgment.
And take the baby to a safe place.
Yeah, I will trust in your judgment.
Baldric sneaks up to Hazel and basically whispers, sort of, behind him, just whispers in his ear, I don't trust this guy any further than I can throw a paper airplane. Do you trust him to transform into a wolf and not eat Stormageddon, let alone take Stormageddon somewhere where we don't know where it is? He could be a creepy kidnapper. Just look at that face. Those are not trustworthy eyes.
But it's the best option we have right now. I mean,
how about you fetch him?
We're not sure he's a creepy kidnapper. Those three people who have him now, we know for sure they are creepy kidnappers. So I like our options with Bowen better.
That's true, but couldn't we just have him transform into a rhinoceros and distract them that way?
No, I'm not. I can't change into a rhinoceros.
Look, this guy, we met him like an hour ago, and now we're handing over Stormageddon to him?
Well, he's been helping us with he's been helping us.
And he's asked no payment in return.
Yeah, that doesn't sound weird to you?
Well, no, there is some payment involved, but I'll take care of it.
Look, all he's doing is waiting for us to turn our back to him so he can stab us in there. Who knows? Maybe he eats children for breakfast. He has a bare head.
If he has a bare head and eats children for breakfast, Baldric, do you think it wise to anger him?
No, I think it's wise to get out of here. This is not good. Whatever happens is not on me.
Right.
Well, I think that this is the best plan we have. And in the current situation, we need to get Stormageddon away from them. And at the worst comes to worst, we can track one man, who's we have immediate, who we can immediately follow, rather than these three people who have had a day and a half lead on us, and we've only just caught up to them.
Good.
So
Look, just let it be known, I will not let him endanger Stormageddon.
then that is on you, my friend. You may do what you feel is right. And I'll sort of look at him and maybe sort of wistfully look away. It's like, you always do. At that point, I will sort of, nod to Hazel's like, do what you need to. Bowen, do what you need to. And I'll sort of, give Baldric a playful thump on the shoulder and say, let's go get him.
All right.
That's what I was...
Let's have a short 2-minute break and then to battle. Or
All right.
to failure?
This is gonna go amazingly well.
A sword day, a red day, ere the sun rises.
See you in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? Who's who's first on the chopping block?
Yeah.
All right, give me a quick overview of the plan because I was zoning out.
Okay.
That's
So
always
the
good for
plan
DM.
is that basically me and Baldric will proceed down the road, making as big of a show of ourselves as we can.
Baldric is very bad at that.
Yeah, that's why I chose you for this role. Give you a chance to work on your flaws. Maybe if depending on their demeanor, we might just engage outright, or we might be able to distract them a little bit.
No engage, no engage.
Okay, well then we'll try to distract them as much as we can, giving Hazel and Bowen time to position themselves and however they want, and then give Bowen the chance to get in there, get Stormageddon, and get out. And then if the fight's going well, because there will be a fight by that point, I can almost guarantee, maybe we finish them off, or maybe we just disengage and leg it with Stormageddon.
All right.
Yeah. So I think when we're ready to set off, put everything in motion, I think Bowen will shapeshift.
Go for it.
Character sheets. There we are. Oh, no, I closed it. Wisdom. There we go. No, wait. Shit.
Mark XP.
No, I read 11. It's like, oh no, wait, that was Hazel.
So
Bowen.
roll.
Bowen shapeshifts into a cougar.
Yes.
How's this go wrong? Does he turn into Peggy Bundy? What?
No. This goes marvelously. You have one hold. You turn into a cougar. You all see him turn into a cougar. Except, Bowen, something went wrong. This hurts terribly. Your transformation is the most agonizing it has ever been. You scream out in pain. You make the loudest noise you can imagine. It's this weird mixture between cat cries and the man who's tortured. He's lying on the rack going ah.
Does it like transition as he like changes from
yeah. So basically, So this is the manly shouting, crying
Transformation style.
and it turns into this growling cat noises. So have fun stealthing, Hazel.
Sorry.
So what do we think cougars have for moves? I think
Prowl,
slashing-
probably?
No, like prowling, pouncing.
Yeah.
Pouncing.
Probably like slashing through armor.
Probably, yeah.
Not enough. I mean,
And I think some kind of intimidate, like, growling. Growl.
I think that's sort of like I don't think that's an innate ability. That's just something that is an innate ability. That's not a move. It's just something. I mean, you growl.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
What about shoulder-mounted machine guns?
Yes.
Yes, cool.
I wrote down pounce and prowl.
Pounce, prowl, slash. Let's call it slash.
Well,
Oh yeah,
he did
backslash
fail.
I mean, I can still do that anyway.
Yeah, no, but the thing I'm imagining is that it would ignore armor or maybe rend through armor.
Oh yeah. Well, I can do one move and then I have to shapeshift again. So
Yeah, I mean, but you can do everything that a cougar could do, and then these three things are special.
great. Okay, so when I'm done transforming and rolling on the floor with, I imagine I'll look something like this. Without the teeth, of course. But
Baldric farts audibly
and
in fright.
I'll walk off into the grass. I'll disappear for all intents and purposes for the untrained.
You predator off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
How
cool.
can you trust that? Frickin' unnatural. Ugh. We
Yeah,
need...
also, yeah, I'll say I was expecting less noise, I must admit. You will have your work cut out for you, Hazel, to remain unnoticed. But at the very least, perhaps they've stopped out of fear, if anything else.
Yeah, so I'm not going straight at them. Of course, I'm going to use the terrain and hills to sort of
Flank them.
and tall grass to sort of circle around.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that, no problem. You do see them, right? I mean, you spot them, and they are standing still, and they sort of they're standing in sort of like a circle back to back with the weapons drawn, because there's a wild animal on them.
Okay. No, good. We could literally use that.
But yeah, you managed to circle around, no problem. Same goes for Bowen. I mean, you that's just something you guys can do.
Okay. When they've departed off doing their thing,
I turn to Thelonious and go, how about a run over in a panic?
I was actually thinking that. Do your thing, buddy.
And I run towards them, just as in run over the hill, and sort of the idea is to sort of, run towards them, but run to the side and just going like, there's a friggin' puma over there, holy crap! Just...
Like that scene in Robin Hood Men in Tights. I mean, there's this guy running
he goes. Yeah, he goes off like that. So he launches off in the direction. I'll wait for a second. I'll go. me. Oh, Morn, have mercy! Take off after him, trying to mimic as much as I can.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I think because Baldric is there first, Thelonious, you can roll aid for Baldric because Baldric's going to do his charisma stuff. Basically, what you're doing helps his performance.
Cool. Let me remind myself about.
When you help or hinder someone you have a bond with, roll plus your number of bonds with them. On a 10+, they take a +1 or a -2. Your choice.
Cool. I think I have a bond with Baldric. Let me just double check. I do. Oh God, I'm not acting with my bond right now. But yeah, no, I have one. So
that's good. Acting against means we're evolving.
It's true. So yeah, and it's just roll plus the bonds. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I will do that. 36 plus 1.
Yes,
Nice.
there you go. Good. Yeah.
Excellent.
So you get a +1 forward to your roll, Baldric, and I think
Or a -2.
or a -2. That depends on.
Yeah. No, I get the plus. Give the +1 to Baldric.
Oh, all right. Yeah, do a charisma defy danger.
A charisma defy danger. Okay, that is just a pure charisma roll, right?
Yeah.
And then
I
plus
think
the
there's,
extra one.
yeah, there's no bonds, etc., no extras. It's just plus the 1, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, so just click the thing and then we'll add
we'll add 1. Yeah, that's easier. Okay, let's see how this works. Boom!
Doesn't even need the +1.
Hey, there you go.
I told you, Baldric slays in these types of things.
Yeah.
This is true.
So what is your intent? What do you want him to do when you run past?
I think my major intent is to, for one, get all their eyes this way, while Hazel just in the back goes, just get all their eyes this way.
I think maybe you don't really want this to happen, but it's sort of natural for someone to run away screaming, there's a, I don't know, whatever down there, and then there's this fat cleric coming down the hillside screaming, there's something going on. These 3 guys are just going to run along with you, Baldric. They're just booking it out of there.
Excellent, excellent. And we'll just run and just sort of run forward and go like, holy shit, it was huge! Just freaking run! Just forget about it, run!
Yeah, and I think Hazel and Baldwin, you guys are so awesome. They lead you directly to wherever you're hiding.
I was just going to say, there's no way we can keep up with them and like.
No, but there's no need. This is Dungeon World. You guys are heroes. You guys are amazing. You are in the exact spot that you need to be in.
Yeah, I'm following Baldrick's lead at this
So,
point.
take it away, guys. What do you guys?
I can't believe I just said that.
Baldrick, by the way,
was-
you see that one of the guys is carrying Stormageddon. Yeah, they're wearing black
It is.
robes. On the robes, they have this symbol. I'm not sure if you can see it.
Oh,
It's a-
Ah.
Is it-
Exclusive.
that's a Cisco. That's an inverted cross to Cisco, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark the trail. There you go.
Hazel will try to tackle the big sort of jump out of the from the try to grab his legs or whatever.
Do we talk because there's stream issues?
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think Paul is having some issues.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah, I'll sure.
Oh.
All right. We'll wait a bit.
Yeah, we'll wait.